Hello and welcome to my channel, Collective. This is going to be a general reading for you. Alright, Collective, how are you? How are you doing? Hopefully you're all doing well, and hopefully you're all doing good. Spirit, will you please join us in this reading? Ancestors, come in for the protection. Perfect, thank you. What does Collective need to know for their highest good? What is going on in Collective energy? What do they need to know? What should they let go? What is going on with the person in Collective's life? Oh my goodness. Collective, this is for you. Alright, Collective, what is going on? We have Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck, so you're definitely going through a transition, I feel, at this time. You're going through a really hard breakup transition at this time. We're going to go ahead and just pull a message of the heart for Collective. You know, if anything, Collective, you know, I do like the energy that you're sitting in, even though the energy that is coming in is going to be mostly about your person. You know, I do apologize for that, but they are really heavily coming out like strong in this reading. We've got the player and coldness, and I'll just go ahead and just read these. The player lifestyle that once defined everything they did has stopped looking enticing ever since they met you. They feel you pulling away. They wish they could pull you back and convince you that they're worth keeping. You know, and Collective, not so much. Yes, you could be dealing with like a player, just somebody in and out. But I do feel that this is like an immature type of energy coming in. This could be somebody, you could be dealing with somebody that's younger than you. Or vice versa, they could just be old. There's an age gap, I'm gonna say, between you guys. All of their energy is in reversed. The Emperor, the King of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, the Strength is in reverse. And I do feel in this energy, one person got a fresh new start. Like, one person is excited, they're happy, they're balanced, they're moving forward, they're celebrating with family, with friends. Yes, even though in this heartbreak, you know, they're not letting it like define, you know, who they are, so to speak. You know, they're pushing through it, you know, and this person could have also healed from this entire situation here. We got the Emperor in reverse, and it's just immaturity. Just somebody in their ego, somebody that just makes bad decisions. They're bad with money. If just really not, they just really don't have it together at this time. You know, this could be, you know, this person could be going in debt. It's like, and that's like you are coming out of like this strength, or like I do like I feel you've got the strength that you were able to like move on, and this is why you're having this success. But I just feel this person, whatever they did, this could be like an abuse of power, this could be just self-sabotage, this could be whatever the case is that ended this or put this person in this, is because of their own doing. With the Seven of Wands here, this tells me that this is like you're protecting against this person's, and I do apologize, it's like against this person's like bad judgment, bad choices, and you really are manifesting a whole new life, a whole new beginning. And it could also be without this person. What's with the Fool? Spirit, what's going on with this new start for collective? Either collective or their karmic? Their third eye also could be blocked, and that's why they're having a hard time. Their intuition is blocked. So yeah, I was definitely picking that up. So you are definitely dealing with a karmic partner and a karmic family. So and this offer could also just be, this could be you making an offer to yourself and just loving yourself and getting out of this energy. And this also could be your person just realizing that they're with a very toxic karmic family that they need to, and this could be something that they've been giving to. And this definitely could be the third party as to why all of this is happening. It's like this person could be guided, they absolutely could be guided to raise their vibration, or to just get out or get away from this this karmic toxic family. It is hard to manifest, especially if you're wanting to like manifest somebody back, or just manifest something better in your life. It is really, really tough and really hard to manifest in toxic energy if you really don't have a private space. I mean, it doesn't have to be a big space, just a private space that you could light, some candles or burn some sage, while you manifest. But it is really tough to manifest in toxic energy, and this is why you could be guided to separate yourself, to be able to raise your vibration and to make the decisions and choices that you need to make. What's with this King of Pentacles in reverse? And this is just talks about like, a jealous person. This is somebody that doesn't follow through with what they're saying. They can have all these great ideas, but there's just no action behind it. This definitely could be a hard lesson for this karmic to be learning. They could be in the dark night of the soul right now, and it's just they're just needing to start, just start taking responsibility. Just start. And we are going to dig into the shadow today. We're going to bring out the shadow, and we're gonna guide you guys through this shadow, through the dark night. And the Dark Knight is just aspects of self that nobody really wants to look at. They're just they're just parts of you that kind of suppress or get suppressed. Yeah, it's like this person wishes that you would just compromise with them. They're being really patient. And if that's not like them, and again, family with, this could be something that you think about. Yeah. This is something that you are thinking about. It's like you can't get past. This is all you think about is what this toxic family did. Whether that is on their side and mess this up, but they still need to take responsibility, and that's lessons. And this could also be your energy where this is all you think about, collective. Even though I feel that you're in a good energy, you're manifesting in good energy. You kind of do slip back into this energy of what this family dynamic has done. And it's almost like spirit just wants you to just refocus that energy of that past. You do look at this person as a soulmate. They are coming across as a soulmate. So that feeling, that what you're feeling, you're not imagining that. But it is almost like you were settling with this person or with this situation that really honestly wasn't making you happy. And you definitely could have communicated this to this person. I really feel, collective, you've got a lot of protection around you at this time. Not just around you, but in your home as well. So this could have been somebody that you had plans to marry, or just long-term plans to spend the rest of your life with. But there was no solid foundation with this person. It was, and again, you do look at this person as a soulmate. You do feel that feeling from them, but it's just really numbing and hurtful that right now, because you really wanted to build with this person, and nothing was working, nothing was manifesting for you in this energy. Let's take a look at the Strength in reverse. And again, this could also be around fear of change, fear of commitment. Yeah, exactly. It was just, fear of change, fear of commitment. And it's just like, I want to say, it does. It does pertain to this inner child. Something happened, in their childhood that that prevents them to be able to heal or to to make these changes that they feel they can't make. Yeah, it's like you could have seen through this person's mask and just be like, okay, I'm done with this situation. That it's almost like your hands were tied. That there was really not much that you could do. You definitely could have just come to the conclusion that it's best that you just move on, that you just keep going forward. Like I do feel like you could have, it could have took you a while to figure this out. You know, to figure out this mask, to figure out what you're actually like in the Seven of Swords against, if that makes sense. Kind of like why are you having to protect your energy? Why are you having to, you know? You are somebody that has gone through an ego death. You are connected with your higher self. You are connected with your, yeah, you are connected with your higher self. You do have higher self-love, and I do feel that you will be co-creating, manifesting or co-creating with the divine. All right, let's go ahead. Let's take a look at the dynamic of the connection and with everybody involved. This person could also be writing songs or just writing about what they're going through. So, like honestly, like this. Okay, so like this was a lesson for you to learn, collective, about like about like love and I guess just like love altogether and just your perspective on love. But it's like this person has like always been in this dark night energy, and it almost feels that instead of, you know, figuring their life out, it was more convenient for them to get with somebody yeah, see, what I'm feeling is it was easier for this person, instead of, they knew they were like messed up, that they've got these problems, but in their mind it was easier for them to just get with you. I mean, if they were looking at the Six of Pentacles in the upright, okay, and that Six of Pentacles, that's giving and receiving. It's like, no, they wanted you to like just take care of this for them. It was just easier and convenient that way, where they didn't have to go and like get a job or go have to, you know, work on this or go have to do that. They just thought it would be easier to do it this way. But everybody's learning lessons in this. Yeah, just a lot of sexual type of energy could have been at play in this energy. Very, very intenseful. You know, and I do feel that's the like the soulmate connection, the intensity of the connection you're feeling. So for some of you, you really are dealing with a false twin, you know, that will lead you on and tell you that they feel the same way about you, only for you to discover later on that this, you know, that this isn't the case, you know. And I kind of feel that this is kind of what this person is doing, is kind of just, you know, leading this on. It's like, yeah, they know that they're stuck in a bad situation that they don't know how to get out of by themselves. So they thought it would be easier to come in and have somebody help them get out of this. Let's go ahead and we're going to connect with shadow work, shadow side. Okay. So for some of you, collective, you definitely could be like a workaholic. You know, somebody that is like unable to like detach from work, or when things get bad, you kind of throw yourself into work, which I'm not saying is bad, you know, per se, but it's best to, when challenging things come, instead of throwing yourself into work, maybe give yourself the space that you need to live like a more happier, abundant life, you know, or needing to create a life outside of work, where you're just, I don't want to say like a slave to society, but you know, a slave to what you do. Now we have a instigator shadow here. This is somebody that like stirs up trouble or creates conflict, pushing and pulling buttons, and I do feel that this is coming from that family dynamic. And I just feel that, again, because this person is in this energy, it's hard for them to, it's like it's hard for them to be positive in this. And then we have the needy shadow, you know, just somebody that requires constant attention and support. You know, this could be somebody that's clingy, dependent, smothering, you know, that's always needing to be up in your energy. You know, this is somebody that really needs to build themselves up from within. You know, basically, create their own happiness so that they can reflect that out. Yeah, and then we got to Paradox Shadow, and that's like an act in contradictions to your personal beliefs. So you definitely could have, like a lot of how you were grown and raised, brought in these like belief systems that almost, I feel like you've had to totally like dismantle that and kind of like rebuild yourself. You know, that you could have people that mock you, maybe because of the energy that you sit in, or maybe that's, you know, the business or things that you work on. You know, I do feel that you are somebody that tries to always take the high road when it comes to like situations like this, where if, you know, you've got people that make fun of others, you know, sarcasm or whatnot. And then this person is also in this restless shadow. It's like, it's almost like they go from one situation to the next. They just need to stop and heal. I really do feel if they just stop and heal, a lot of their problems would get solved. Let's go ahead and get divine direction, and then we'll close with higher self and self-help. So you do have somebody that is coming back. This is somebody from your past that's coming back and wants to return to your life. And just you know, the divine wants you to know that it is totally up to you. It's up to you if you want to revisit this or get back in their energy or talk to them. It's going to be up to you. Now, if this is somebody that's not reaching out to you, then it's like, you know, maybe that's something that they don't want at this time. No, but it is, I do feel that you will be tested, and you need to say no to toxic connections. You know, you need to say no to tainted offers. And you need to say no to the influences around you, and that's that karmic family. And then just your health, just practice your health. You know, somebody could be going through health problems, and it's just best to just stay active, you know, make the changes that you need to. Okay, just start saving some money. Have some savings behind you. It will make you feel more at ease. Start a 30-day challenge. You know, force yourself to do something new for 30 days, you know, to form a new habit. You know, and just let go and move on. Don't allow the past to prevent you from moving forward. You know, collective, if this is something that you really don't want in your life, then you've really got to let it go and just, you know, move on from it. Let's go ahead and connect with higher self. Okay, don't dwell on what might be on the other side of the door. Uproot and leave that is... See, like there's a lot going on. Travel as much as you can. This will add dimension to your life. And I really do feel that this could have been like a long distance relationship. There could have been a distance between you. I definitely getting like an age gap. There could have been like 10, 15 years or so, maybe 7, somewhere around there. But it's like, okay, so you're dwelling on this past. And this person is like dwelling on their, like you guys aren't even on the same page when it comes to this relationship. It's like you're worrying about one thing, they're worrying about another. So it's like you guys aren't even on that same page when it comes to this. You know, it's like uproot your life and leave all that is familiar to you. And what I'm really getting from this is the karmic needs to they need to uproot. If they're wanting out of this energy, wanting the life that they want to create, they've got to leave the situation behind. They just have to. There's no way to manifest, to have a new start in this energy. It's just not going to work. Trust me. I grew up in a karmic family. I know this, man. I know this. I know what it takes. Collective, this is the reading that I have for you. I appreciate the time and energy, and I hope you have a great day.